Good morning and welcome along to the Boylesports Betzone with me, Nigel Seeley. We've searched high and low for another Premier League former player to come in this weekend. A lot of them are Christmas shopping, a lot of them are busy, and unfortunately for you punters, he's back. Chris Perry is back after a disastrous weekend of tips last week. Chris, what happened?
What happened? It's not been good. I think as the weather's got colder, so my tips...
Weather?
The weather's got colder, my tips have got colder. Yeah, well, I must have SAD or something.
But I mean, I've known you in pre-season. You come back and win an end.
I was hot at the start.
Okay, let's have a look at this. Well, it's a bumper weekend in the Premier League this weekend. 5 live matches, and let's move on quickly to the 12:45 game on Saturday. Newcastle against Chelsea. A big game with Chelsea, unbeaten in all competitions. 1-2 with Boylesports to win this. You know what I like to say about odds on away, Chris. Never touch it, but I know what you do when it's odds on. You like to get involved.
I do like Chelsea to win the game. I'm not going to touch the 1-2, but I think you've got a couple of decent bets. Chelsea to win to 0, 13-10. They don't concede many goals. I don't see Newcastle scoring. And Chelsea -1 on the handicap at 13-10. Two good bets there.
8 of the last 10 Newcastle games have seen under 2.5 goals. 5 of the last Newcastle games have seen both teams fail to score. Add that into the mix. Chelsea, 3 of their last games have won. 3 of their last 4 games they've won to 0. 13-10. I like that as an alternative to the 1-2.
Yeah, I agree. And if you don't want to waste,
please don't agree.
If you don't want to waste too much of your money on my tips, which I wouldn't at the moment, you can have a nice little £1 or £2 on Diego Costa first goal scorer and Chelsea to win 2-0 at 16-1.
Double bubble, obviously, here Boylesports will double the odds on the first goal scorer if that player scores inside the first 20 minutes of the game. That is in all of the Premier League games this weekend. Just a little stat for you. Newcastle have a good record here. In fact, Chelsea have only won once in their last 4 visits, and the home side are 13-2 to win that and 100-30. But I think the best bet, agreeing with the man, is Chelsea to win to 0. Okay, 5:30, Manchester City against Everton. Man City 8-15. Are Man City back?
Yes, yeah, they're back. I think Fernandinho's come back into form in front of the back 4, and Aguero just can't stop scoring goals.
Man City won their last 4 matches and they've scored at least 2 goals in their last 5 games. 4-1, 3-0, 3-2 in their last 3. 10 goals in the last 3 games. I fancy goals here.
Yeah, I think both teams to score here. City have kept just 1 clean sheet in 17 Premier League games against Everton. So it says that there are going to be goals in this game. I fancy both teams to score and City to win at 15-8.
Both teams have scored in 5 of the last Man City games, and both teams have also scored in 5 of the last 6 Everton games. So I think both teams will score here as well. Last 7 meetings between these two sides, only 2 City wins.
Yeah, well, it's funny. You would expect them to be better than that, but I think they've rediscovered their form, as you said, and I think they'll win this game. And like I said, if you don't want to waste too much money, my little £1 or £2 bet is my little £1, £2 bet is Aguero first goal scorer, get on a double bubble, and City to win is at 25-1.
If you don't want to waste any money, just listen to me rather than Chris Perry here. Both teams to score would be my bet on this one. It's in my enhanced treble, which I'll come on to at the end of the show. Okay, we're going to Sunday now. West Ham against Swansea. Both teams really doing very well in the Premier League. West Ham 7-5 to win this. Swansea 21-10 with the draw at 5-2. Nothing much splitting them in the betting. Nothing much splitting them in the league table.
No, two sides who are probably overachieving a little bit, to be honest. But a little stat for you: no forward player for West Ham has scored in the last 5 games since Andy Carroll's come back into the team. Funnily enough, they haven't scored a goal by a forward. I would wait until the team news comes out, because if Valencia or Sacco play, then West Ham are a different team.
West Ham have won their last 5 home games. Swansea have only won once away at home all season. That was the opening day at Manchester United. The last time Swansea won at Upton Park was back in 1956. Were you at the game?
I was there, yeah,
okay.
In spirit.
And the last time, that was 9 wins and 2 draws, and I make West Ham banker material this weekend.
You do, I don't. I fancy a draw.
Great.
I fancy a draw. I'm going to pose you, which I know you love. I fancy both teams to score and the draw at 10-3.
That's the best news of the week. Chris Perry disagrees with me on this one, but I'm telling you now, West Ham, banker of the Sunday live games. 4 o'clock on Sunday, Aston Villa against Leicester. A Midlands-ish derby. Villa first winning 10 matches at Crystal Palace and a 1-0 win. And Benteke is back for all double bubble fans.
Well, he's back. He scored his first goal since March. Yeah, if you consider that to be back, then he's back, yeah.
Oh, he scored?
Well, he scored 1, yeah, he scored 1, but it's been a long time coming. Let's hope it's like buses, eh?
Well, it's worth the wait. Benteke is back, in my opinion. 5 of the 6 last Villa games have seen under 2.5 goals, and that's the one I like here.
See, I don't. I like over 2.5 goals at 11 to 10 because there's been an average of 4.3 goals in the last 3 games between these two.
I love that you don't agree with me. 5 of the last 7 Leicester games have been under 2.5 goals, so that's the stat you really want. You don't want to know what happened in 1920.
They lost 3-1 to Liverpool the other night, so that's
5 of the last 7. 5 of the last 7. This is against Aston Villa. I'm under 2.5 goals. Add in the fact it's a massive game at the bottom of the table. Add in the fact they're sort of local-ish geographically. It brings in a bit of a boring game to me. Go with me rather than Chris. I assure you that's the way you want to go. Monday night football, Southampton against Manchester United. Manchester United come here as 13-8 favourites. Have the wheels come off at your former club, Southampton?
No, they haven't come off. No, they're a good side. I thought they put up a good performance at Arsenal. I expect them to put up a good performance again. I fancied a draw here at 5-2.
Woohoo! I like the Man United win, and this is getting me really excited this weekend because everything that I fancy, he disagrees with. Brilliant news. 2 losses, no goals, concerns for me. No Schneiderlin, no York, no Cork, and I think Manchester United come here in a great chance to really go up higher in the table. 13-8 Man United, I'm all over that. 7 of the last 9 Southampton games, both teams have not scored.
Really? Well, I actually gone over 2.5 goals in this. I fancy both teams to score. I think Rooney and Van Persie got fantastic goal scoring records against Southampton, so you can get Rooney or Van Persie any time to score at 29-20, both of those.
Yeah. And obviously, if they do score the first goal, the double bubble comes in, and with their records they have. Man United in the 12 Premier League meetings are unbeaten against Southampton down at the South Coast.
Yeah, well, things changed, don't they?
9 wins, 3 draws. I fancy Man United strong. I think Southampton's wheels are going to come off, and I think their tight, small squad is going to be found out in this big game. What's your banker, Chris?
My banker this week is Chelsea to win to 0, 13-10.
The only one that I agree with him on, and he chooses it as a banker, so we might as well rip that betting slip up as we go here. I'm going for both teams to score Manchester City against Everton, and Boylesports will give you a 10-1 enhanced treble on my selections, and they are both teams to score Manchester City against Everton, West Ham to beat Swansea. I think that's the best bet if you're playing your home away draws and 90-minute betting, and Manchester United to beat a Southampton side. And from a former Southampton player, you'll see why he's agreeing with me. Sentiment. You never bet. Always bet with your head rather than your heart, Chris.
Yeah, but your heart has to rule your head every now and again. This is my old team.
Don't listen to him. OK, that's been the Boylesports Bet Zone. Hopefully, Chris will get some winners. If not, I guarantee we'll have someone different next week.